turn left onto Point Street. Turn left onto Meriden Avenue, then turn right onto Union Lake Road. At the next stop sign, turn right.
Baseball. So at 15,688 square feet, only the Mets board at Citi Field is larger at 24,000 square feet. This thing is massive. The thing you'll notice right away, though, is that it's shaped like a T. Like, it doesn't take up...
It looks like a Tetris piece. Yes.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah,
it does.
What's with the two missing spots?
At the stop sign, turn right onto Union Lake Road.
$30 million to make, more than the Tigers' payroll, I think. So, like, why not include those two missing spots? Are they going to put ads there? I was taken aback.
Maybe they'll put like some sort of a
have you seen it?
banner. Yeah.
I've seen it. Bigger hole for the scoreboard or third base. Keep more right.
In about 2 miles, turn right onto Richardson Road.
The board is massive. They say it's going to be almost crystal clear, and it will enhance the fan experience when you go to the game. So not only did they do that, they also updated the audio at the park. That's been improved. New sound system, new speakers, subwoofers, things like that. Yes, and new high-def TVs installed around the concourse. So lots of upgrades you'll see when you go to Comerica Park, which is cool. Unfortunately, guys, 2 people were killed in a Madison Heights house fire on Wednesday. It happened at a home near John R. Road, just south of Madison Heights Business District. Neighbors actually saw smoke coming from this house, and they went over there right around 9:30 a.m., started pounding on the door. Nobody came. Firefighters were able to get inside. They removed 2 people who were collapsed on the floor. They say crews attempted life-saving aid, but they did not survive. So far, the cause of the fire remains under investigation. Some steering wheel thieves are on the loose. I don't know if they're actually wanting to steal the steering wheels or the airbags, but Royal Oak Police are investigating a string of airbag thefts after 4 people reported that their steering wheels were stolen last week. So all of these thefts happened on Chevy Malibus. So these thieves must have been trained in Malibus. They knew what they were doing there, and in 3 out of the 4 crimes, the driver's side window was smashed. It all happened on March 20th. So I don't know, maybe, what are those things called that you could put over your steering wheel so people can't steal your car? The club? I
think it was the club, yes.
The club?
Yes.
Would that prevent steering wheel thefts?
It was big in the 80s, I feel, or 90s, yes.
But maybe Chevy Malibu drivers might want to bust those out, and I don't know if that could prevent steering wheel thefts, because I'm guessing you would just take the steering wheel, but who knows?
The whole car if you're going to steal the steering wheel.
This is disgusting. 7-Eleven just announced a new sparkling water. That sounds okay.
Yeah.
But it tastes just like their Big Bite hot dogs.
No.
Oh.
No.
It's like when you boil the hot dogs and you take that water and you pour it into a can and carbonate it. Is how I'm picturing this. It sounds
Is that
disgusting.
how they make it?
I'm not sure, but they say, I mean, this has to be a joke. I think people think this might be an early April Fool's joke. But there's a photo of the can that's circulating on social media. You can see it. There's a press release say that they've partnered with a brand called Miracle Seltzer, and there's 4 different flavors, which are all normal: lemon, lime, green apple, sweet orange, and then also hot dog. Oh, gross! Yeah, disgusting, nasty.
Would you drink it?
I was just thinking that. Gator and Doug, they'll do that today. Hot dog seltzer?
I mean, I would taste it. I'm not going to
try
drink
it, but I wouldn't buy it.
No, I wouldn't even taste it. That's disgusting.
I mean, I would taste it.
I was traumatized as a young
curiosity.
kid because my mother used to boil the hot dogs.
Yes.
Disgusting. Absolutely.
At the next light, turn right.
Because of it. And then you add a seltzer with the flavor of it? No.
See, the problem for me, I think, would be more that I don't like
carbonation.
Yes, I don't like sparkling water. Or like
hot dog flavored water's okay, but you add carbonation.
Yeah.
That is a tipping point, okay?
Heather with the news. Coming up next, expectations for the Tigers. They begin the season today against the White Sox. 97-1.
At the Home Depot, we're ready to help get your spaces.
At the light,
spring
turn
shape
right onto Richardson Road. Then
Give
turn
your
left
walls
onto Martin
season
Road.
Spring refresh with Behr Premium Plus paint and primer, starting at $28.98 a gallon, and bring a new color inside. And you can upgrade your spring cleaning with heavy-duty HTX storage totes.
At the light, turn left onto Martin Road.
Get ready for spring outside with a refreshed inside at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
If I would have kept making only the minimum payments on my credit card...
In half a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Martin Road.
National Debt Relief customers.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to get out of debt by myself.
Credit card, medical, or personal loan debt? National Debt Relief negotiates with your creditors to reduce what you owe.
National Debt Relief got me out of debt?
You could be debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to learn more and get started. nationaldebtrelief.com.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto Martin Road.
Break free with ClickUp.com, the one app to replace them all. Imagine a world where your team collaborates effortlessly in one shared space. No more chaos, just ClickUp. Your projects, tasks, and communication unified at last. Transform how you work with customizable views, seamless integration, and real-time updates. ClickUp is your shortcut to more productive days and happier teams. Join the millions of productive teams already streamlining their workflow. Visit ClickUp.com to get started.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto Martin Parkway.
Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies...
In half a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Martin Parkway.
Limited time only, participating Wendy's.
If your lawn looks more like a desert than an oasis, then you know that lawn care isn't easy. If it were, everyone would do it, as well as TruGreen does it. In just 3 easy steps, TruGreen's online tools help customize a treatment plan for you. And it's all backed by the TruGreen guarantee. Go to TruGreen.com today to start your 3 easy steps and save 50% off your first application. It's time to trust your...
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto Martin Parkway.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code CELEBRATE and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Michigan only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto M5 South.
On Earth. Let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the...
In about 13 miles, turn right onto Lexington Street.
Intelligent full life can prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. This March, Wendy's has some amazing deals on their hamburgers made with fresh, never frozen beef.
Like a juicy Dave's single for $1 and a fresh $2 Dave's double with an app offer.
It's such a good deal, we wrote a little ditty about it. Get it for $1. Dave single, order the app. Dave single, get it for $1. Choose wisely, choose Wendy's official hamburger March Madness. Limited time offer. It's been U.S. Wendy's. See all the details on the Wendy's app. Account registration required. Fresh food available. Particulars U.S. and Alaska.
The Detroit Pistons play the Washington Wizards. Pre-game tomorrow night at 6:35 on 97.1 The Ticket. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Costa and Jansen with Heather.
Roster set. Baseball played today at 4:10. Tigers, White Sox, it's on. Jeff Rieger sitting across from me today in place of John Jansen. Jeff, expectations for the upcoming season. You and I pointed out, hey, nice to maybe add a bat to a team that finished in the bottom 3 in baseball last year. Yeah, they are leaning on younger players. This is a youth movement in Detroit. And while I think the pitching could be freaking great this season, I I think they're going to still struggle to score runs consistently. I don't think they're winning the AL Central, and I see you kind of nodding over there.
Yeah, unfortunately. So the over-under is 81.5, right? Or 80.5, depending on where you look. The Twins are 86.5. Now, there's some good and bad, right? Tigers won 21 spring training games. 21! Last time they did that, 2012, went to the World Series. Any correlation?
So this is World Series bound and picking up steam.
That's right. That's right. But no, I do think their pitching staff looks good, but then I'll give you third base. Are you ready? I mean, people driving around, prepare yourself. Third base, horror show. Zach McKinstry, Andy Ibanez, Matt Vierling, Gio Urshela. And that's before you get the shortstop, which is Andy Ibanez, Zach McKinstry, and Javier Baez. Oh, Gio Urshela, too. Like, I just feel there's not enough offense on this team, and despite the fact the pitching should be good, I don't know where the runs are coming from.
Skubal could have, and I said it yesterday, a Cy Young season.
I heard you say that.
This is the year for him to put it together. I mean, he was great last year. He didn't pitch the whole season, and that's been the thing. If he stays healthy, he's throwing like 100 miles an hour.
He's filthy.
And he's got the movement to break stuff off and get the big strikeout totals. He's going to headline the staff, and I think this is the ace season for Skubal. Mize is finally healthy. Flaherty looks like he's regained some form from a couple years ago. Both those guys, lows up. Start breaking down this rotation. They left Matt Manning off of it because it's a deeper rotation. We may finally get the rotation we were promised at the Alavila years. They drafted all these pitchers. We may finally get the rotation we were promised. What are they going to do with it? In a division that's wide open, what are they going to do with it? Well, I think they're banking on Colt Keith, who has 0 major league at-bats. Parker Meadows is going to play critical position center field, and he'll probably play it well defensively, but he doesn't have 200 at-bats at the major league level. Javier Baez is not any better, just as ugly of a swing as a year ago. Where are the runs coming from on this team?
I think that's the question.
Stay in the left
now,
3
I think
lanes.
There's good news in the division. The Royals continue to be a joke. They'll never spend money. They're a joke. I think the White Sox, you'll see today, total joke. They're not even starting a starter today. They're starting a reliever. I've never seen that in opening day. Opening day, they're not starting a starter. It's the craziest thing. He's going to last like 2 innings, I think, the guy. Right? And I think you look at the Twins, they dropped $30 million in payroll. They lost Sonny Gray, who almost won the Cy Young last year. He came in number 2 for the Cy Young running. So I do think it's open for the Tigers to make a move, but I also think that's why you and me and others were so critical of the offseason, because all it would have taken was one tweak, one move, and I kind of feel it's the Tigers' division to lose. With that being said, I'm curious. You don't think they're going to win the division? I don't think they're going to win the division. Tom, I don't know if he thinks... No,
that's
he's just shaking his head. Oh, he looks very serious over there. So I want people... Tell us why they will. I mean, listen, I've been known to be wrong. Not as much as you. Oh, actually more than you. I'm sorry. I'm wrong all the freaking time, okay? I can be wrong about this, but why will they win the division? What's the biggest reason? What gives you so much hope?
Yeah, and I think there's reasons to be interested in the season, but that's not the same. That's not the same thing as like being confident they can win this.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
I think there's reasons to be interested. It's about what does Colt Keith look like? What does Parker Meadows look like? Does Torkelson go from 30 home runs last year to 35 or even 40? There's things to watch for this season. There's reason to tune in and be excited. And there's an April schedule that may actually set them up to keep this thing going. But it's 162 game seasons, and you can't fake it. You can't smoke and mirrors your way for 162. You can platoon strategically, and that's what they're going to do. But you can't smoke and mirrors your way to a division title.
That's the issue. Like, you talk about smoke and mirrors, I look at third base. That's smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
I look at shortstop. That's smoke and mirrors. Some of the outfield, smoke and mirrors.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys tell us. We're wrong, right? They're going to win the division. Why? 248-539-9797. April, they're going to play the White Sox. We're bad. They're going to face the A's. Bad. They're going to face the Royals and the Pirates in the month of April. Last 3 years, I went back and tallied it up. We'll get the update for people. Gruesome numbers. 8-19 in 2021. 7-13 in 2022. Last year, 10-17. You can't be 7 games below 500
no,
at the
it
end
sinks you right away.
If they are a 500 team, they just beat some bad teams, take 2 or 3 when they need to, 1 or 3 against the good teams. 500 team coming out of April, we can revisit this. But Jeff, This is not a playoff.
Oh, you're very serious. You called me Jeff. Well, here's the other thing, too. Here's the other thing. They got 4 games against the Twins in the first month as well.
Yep.
So you kind of get a litmus test of what you're talking about. But I do think, and this is what I do believe most Tiger fans talk about. And Wojo does not allow me to do this. I'm not allowed to speak for Detroit fans because I always get it wrong. But I think the majority of Tiger fans, I don't know if they're super confident they're going to win the division, but I also don't think they care. I just think at this point it's sweet. Baseball's back. I got something to watch, everyday drama, and then, I don't know, in July we'll figure it out. But I'm curious, the gut feeling right now, you say no, Tom says no, I say no. What do people say?
Yeah, and do they care? I think they should. I mean, this team hasn't won a World Series in, wow, look down, 40 years this year, right? 40 years since the World Series. Now they played for a World Series.
Are they bringing them all back this year?
Probably will.
Ooh, and Tram and Lance and Gibby, all right.
They played for
Jack.
World Series. But that's the thing, I'm not 40 years old. I have not seen the Tigers World Series. I've seen them get to a World Series, and I remember how fun those seasons were. 06 was a lot of fun. 12, even 13 when they got to the ALCS. Those were fun seasons. You want that back. I missed that. I would think people miss that, and then you watch them go through an off season where there seems to be a disconnect in terms of the urgency that I feel as a fan and what I see from the front office.
I totally agree. Like, the funny thing is, like, when they were at their best, Mike Ilitch was spending money. We got excited about Victor Martinez and Prince Fielder and everybody they brought in, and they were fun. In a division that doesn't spend money, go every other team doesn't spend money except for the Tigers back then. But now, and I can't get away from it, there were guys available. There were people available that were not getting what they thought they were going to get. I mean, pick and choose that could have helped your offense. I mean, we talk about Matt Chapman all the time. By the way, tomorrow, you're a big morning guy now, so you get the weekends off. I got to believe for you, Friday night is a glorious night, correct?
Why is that?
Because you just work the whole week. You get Saturday and Sunday off.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So here's what I want to do. I want to do this tomorrow. I think all of Detroit should do this tomorrow. I'd say we stay up till 9:40. You get the free baseball pass, whatever they call that, so you can watch every game. I say we tune in to Padres Giants tomorrow at 9:40 and just watch Matt Chapman's debut with the Giants and think about what we could have had, okay? Because I can't get past it. Part of the reason I don't think they're going to be good offensively, part of the reason I don't think they're going to win the division is because they didn't go out and they were not active free agent-wise. Are you in, by the way?
Stay up late and do it?
Chapman night?
Sure.
All get together maybe at a local bar.
By the way, you are the face of this. The masochist fan who will watch the former players leave and move on.
No, I gotta keep people updated.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is your beat for the season?
Yeah.
You're on the Chapman beat?
Listen, I've already proven that the Isaac Paredes trade was bad. I'm moving on.
Okay.
I'm going to keep track of Matt Chapman, Cody Bellinger, JD Martinez. 3 guys you could have had.
And again, we stress this to people. They did not sign 5, 8, 10-year deals. They didn't sign Baez or Cabrera level commitments. They signed, in many cases, a series of 1-year deals with opt-outs totaling no more than 3, some only 2 seasons. Tigers payroll less than it was a year ago. I just can't get that out of my head that the payroll's less than a year ago.
But that's why you don't think they're going to win the division. Now they could.
And again, to me it would be a happy accident if they won the division. It would be accidental if they won this division because it wasn't exactly a focal point. They are fixated on, and we can debate whether this is right or wrong, it is more important to them that guys get 500 to 600 at-bats at the major league level. If they miss, if they make, who the hell cares? We need Colt Keith at-bats. We need Parker Meadows at-bats. We need eventually Jace Young at-bats later in the season. That is more important than winning or losing. That was the message sent to me. I don't know if everybody interpreted it the same way, but that's how it was interpreted to me, is that it's more important that we get young at-bats. If we win, of course we would rather win than lose, but we're not willing to compromise any of the precious young prospects at bats. We don't want to block anybody. That's more important than winning games. If it happens, it happens, but it's not the primary goal.
I mean, Scott Harris has been here 2 years. Meanwhile, Tiger fans have been watching for 10 years. It's been brutal. It's been awful. And you could have made a couple of tweaks, I feel, to make this team better. And you could have done both. You could have focused on getting your prospects ready and developed, all while trying to win a very winnable division. It's been 10 years. 10 years, there's a whole generation of baseball fans that don't remember what it feels like to go to the postseason. So that's why I think you and I are kind of where we're at. All while bringing everybody down on opening day. I feel, I'm listening to you.
We sound like
we're
wet
very
blankets.
negative right now.
We're wet
Very
blankets.
negative.
So to help us not be wet blankets, we're missing something,
Yes.
right? You guys are more excited.
Give us the glory and the hope.
Please, 248-539-9797. Ticket texter says, got in the truck, turned on the radio, cookies and Rieger in the morning. It's like going to a strip club at noon.
I think, is that good or bad?
Fill us in.
When do you like to go to the strip club?
Probably not noon.
When's the last time you've been to a strip club?
Not that I ever have been to
You've
one.
never been to a strip club?
No.
Ever?
No.
Ever?
No.
Wait,
That's-
have you been to a strip club?
Yes.
Of course. Male or female?
Female. Yeah, I've never been to a male strip club.
And neither have
Well, it
I.
wouldn't be like-
Jim, male?
In 1 mile, turn right onto Lexington Street.
I've been so we totally stumbled. I have a very big question. Why do women go to female strip clubs but men don't go to men's strip clubs? Anybody got a good question?
I
Bobby
think,
Ross once
Heather, is
said-
this what you'd like to throw to your own news, but we don't have that? So what we're gonna...
No, I actually think you're missing the bigger question. Hold on. How is Jim Costa 31 and never been to a strip club?
He was raised properly.
Oh.
I'm really surprised,
Mr.
though.
Integrity here.
Like no bachelor parties.
Yeah. No deja vu?
This is where the dirty side of Rieger's life comes in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You know?
I mean, I've been, but it's been years. And
Why
it
don't
was
we get
always
some live
bachelor
reads
parties.
for Jim? Like, hey, everybody, Jim Costa from the landing strip. Does that still exist?
That's where your date was.
I would gladly do
To the ticket texter's point. We got a lot to react to. This, the Tigers, all of it. Josh Reynolds at 7:02. It's 97.1. You'd want to talk about complete madness. Moran Chevrolet, mad deals going on right now. You can get a 2024
Turn right onto
Silverado,
Lexington Street.
$359
Then the
a month.
destination is on your right.
$999 down. Silverado's perfect for hauling whatever you need, whether that's work or those spring projects around the house. Moran has shipments arriving daily. What does that mean? It means when you show up, they're going to have the vehicle you're looking for. Score your best deal, MoranExpress.com, or on Gratiot, north of 15 Mile in Clinton Township. Moran Chevrolet, where you always get the best price, period. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
97.1 The Ticket.
The destination is on your right, 19729 Lexington Street.
24-hour traffic center spun.
Arrived.
A. Alexander, accident-free for the start of your morning, but a little reminder to you of the work being done along westbound 8 Mile Road at 75. 2 right lanes are going to close off. Much of this is going to go on through the later part of today, but the entire project is going to go on through early May. Also including that the lane closures along westbound 8 Mile Road Service Drive and the northbound southbound 75 Service Drives at 8 Mile Road as well. Spring is here, and that's why you should call the award-winning landscape team at D.A. Alexander. Their designers and landscapers' handiwork can be found on the photo gallery of their website. Call the team at D.A. Alexander at 734-427-0030 to get your yard ready for the spring. I'm Val Berry with traffic.
Text the ticket using the same number you used to call the ticket. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
97.1 The Ticket.
If I would have kept making only the minimum payments on my credit cards, my debt would have taken me 47 years to pay off.
These are real National Debt Relief customers.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to get out of debt by myself.
Credit card, medical, or personal loan debt? National Debt Relief negotiates with your creditors to reduce what you owe.
National Debt Relief got me out of debt.
You could be debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to learn more and get started. nationaldebtrelief.com.
At the Home Depot, we're ready to help get your spaces in spring shape outside and inside. Give your walls and ceilings a spring refresh with Behr Premium Plus paint and primer, starting at $28.98 a gallon, and bring a new color inside. And you can upgrade your spring cleaning with heavy-duty HTX storage totes to keep your garage, closets, and attic organized. Get ready for spring outside with a refreshed inside at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code CELEBRATE and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Michigan only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Ever wonder what's around the next corner? Past the trees.
Is it this house or is it the next? It's possibly this house, I think, but I'm not 100% sure.
Over the mountains. Or through the desert. That's where adventure lives. Take a Nissan SUV and go
I
find
think it's that house.
This March, Wendy's has some amazing deals on their hamburgers made with fresh, never frozen beef.
Like a juicy Dave's single for $1 and a fresh $2 Dave's double with in-app offer.
It's such a good deal, we wrote a little ditty about it. Get it for $1. Dave's single, order in the app. Dave's single, get it for $1. Choose wisely, choose Wendy's, official hamburger March Madness.
Limited time offer. Participating U.S. Wendy's. See offer details underneath the Wendy's app. Account registration required. Fresh beef available in Tickless, U.S. and Alaska.
When you're looking to play, Bed Rivers will make your day.
Take a chance, you'll see.
You like slots, we got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot.
Is where you want to be. Bet Rivers Online Casino has hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus, available in Michigan only. Void were prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 800-270-7117. Odyssey is your new home for all the audio that matters to you. Download the
See the
Odyssey
jobs
app
that
today.
we need to go
Powered by the
to.
Galling Auto Group. Always there for you. That's the Galling difference. Now, you can order 97.1 The Ticket merchandise. Go to shoptheticket.com. That's shoptheticket.com. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Costa and Jensen.
How
with
about
Heather.
Burwood?
Ticket text coming in. We're talking Tigers baseball. They're back today against the White Sox. Your expectations, help us so we're not the wet blankets. We don't think they're winning a division. You tell us what we're missing.
You got a big smile on your face. Don't gloss over it.
What?
We had groundbreaking news last segment. What a revelation. Yep. Jim Costa's never been to a strip club. He's 31 years old. I mean, listen,
weird.
You don't think that's weird?
I think going to a strip club is kind of weird, to be honest.
Why?
Kind of creepy. You show up, get all horned up with your guys. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that.
You are giving to the local economy.
I suppose.
Yes.
Ticket texters have pointed out. Notice how Rieger knows all the names of all the strip clubs. Probably knows the days of the week they're open and their hours. That's Dave and Down
Only
River.
for bachelor parties. Like, listen, there is nothing worse than when you go to a strip club, and Jim, you wouldn't know, but you should go. There's nothing worse. You're there for a happy occasion. Somebody's getting married. But you look over to your side, and you see the single dude sitting by himself. Maybe he's in his 50s or 60s, and he knows all the strippers' names, like Mercedes and Aqua, and he tips
where
them
should
and
we
they
go
sit with
to?
him. Like, that's, I'll never be that guy.
That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad, but
they sound like incredibly sad, gross, weird places to be.
Other than when somebody you know is getting hitched. It's a great outlet, I feel, for a bachelor party. Very exciting.
This all comes up because the ticket texter said, Rieger with Costa in the morning feels like a strip club at noon. He didn't know if that was a compliment or what.
I kind of feel a strip club at any point.
I don't think it's a compliment, Jeff.
You don't think so?
I think he was being. I think the ticket texter was being mean. Breaking news.
I don't think so. Because the dinner specials don't start at noon, is that why? I mean, if you want to go to a strip club, you got to go with the dinner specials.
So we've got texts on that. We got to get the phone calls as well. Marcus, you want to talk Tigers baseball? You got some thoughts for the season?
Yeah, I do, but I'm kind of stressed.
That's
man.
I kind of knew I was going to be first after the break. You guys left a lot on the table. I got like 5 other questions I want to address. First,
trying to look for these jobs that we need to go to.
This one's 18715.
Bachelor
Is that
party.
this one?
It was a bachelor party.
19729.
19729.
Mark is
Already-
keep questioning her. If we do it, it's weird, but if you do it, totally fine.
I'm not sure you guys would run completely away from this after the break, but you
No.
went right back to it. How does Costa have never been to
Right?
this club, which is, that's more weird. No, how does Dove know all the names?
No, that was me, actually.
Rieger knows the name.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Rieger knows all the
Yeah, I
names.
got the old match books from each one. I made the tour.
That's a little...
Marcus, come on. Marcus, how old are you?
56.
Okay, so I'm so...
Nope, I'm not the weird guy by himself.
No, I'm not accusing you of that. But Marcus,
this
you
is
know in
it.
our day, right? I mean, Gov too, Jim is younger. But in our day, that's what
That's
you
it.
did. Like when you
That
turn
was-
21,
Found
you
it.
go to a strip club.
That was somewhere to go. It was you look good.
Let's do this one.
Yeah, we'll just do that
yeah,
one
strip club in
before
the
we move
daytime
on.
is better than strip club at night.
What's it called?
Don't ask me why. But anyway, as far as the Tigers go, I think they're going to be better, which is the most important part of all of it. They won, 78 games last year. I think Riley Green's going to hit better. I think Torkelson's going to hit better. I think Parker Meadows, not that he proved it even though he hit almost 300 in the preseason, I think he proved that he can stand in with Major League pitching. I think third base, though it's going to be third base by a committee of about 20, is still going to be turn out to be better than third base was last year. So I think the key to all of this is they're going to be better. Our pitching staff has a shot at being very, very good, which makes them better. If they can be better than 78 games, maybe 84, 85 games, I think that they have a shot at winning this division.
I think the pitching's the biggest thing that's going to keep them in it, maybe for the long haul, right? But you got to get over the hump. And that's when you're going to need some more at the plate. That's what I keep coming back to. I think they could be, right, every day you're going to throw out a guy who gives you a chance to win. And especially those Kugel starts. But can they score enough runs? It was the issue last year and the year before and the year before, and the only answer is young guys who don't have a track record are going to do it for them. Maybe. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
And that's the agonizing part, right? We are way past, like, hey, it's opening day, let's throw a party, the home, oh, yes, it's opening day, baseball back. No, I've done that before in the last 10 years. Like, you always get hopeful around opening day. In fact, fun little fact, when Jim first got this job, like 2-3 years ago, Tigers started off, I'm not even kidding, I think they started 3-1. And I remember you were on the weekend, you had full phone lines, and you text me or I text you and said, is it real?
Are you sure that's
those
that address?
feelings are gone. We don't have time for those feelings. This should be legitimate. Like, they have enough talent for it to be legitimate. I just wish they would have made a couple more moves in the offseason.
Some ticket texts coming in. This one says, 25 more games from their best player, Riley Green. Improved pitching. Platoons will outperform Cabrera. That's 7 or 8 more wins. Division totally possible.
That's not saying much. Outperform Cabrera.
Yeah.
Well, it says hope. Rotation
I think
is the
that's
best in the
it.
Central. No negative bats in the lineup. Anybody can hit or field at an above-average rate. Even Baez is a total player based on his fielding ability despite the abysmal offense.
Do you know what Baez hits in Chicago at Guaranteed Rate Park? I have the stats.
Tell me.
280.
You want to know why?
With a 900 OPS.
That's incredible. You want to know why? Because they boo him. He's the opposite of Trey Turner.
He loves it.
Thrives on the negativity.
Yeah, me and Baez the same way. We both love it.
Should we boo Baez? We see as like a good thing.
The anti-cheer, yeah.
We're trying to help him.
Can you imagine?
I'm open to anything. Haven't
You
bet
start booing
left-handed.
Baez and he starts raking? I'm down.
Texter says, why is Rieger on this morning? All he does is yell about Matt Chapman. He's in because, believe it or not, John Jansen is out sick. On the subject of Matt Chapman, he says,
He's so happy.
because this is vindication for me. I had to deal with this because I had the audacity to be legitimately sick the Friday of March Madness.
Such a big
legitimately
smile.
sick. This is what goes around, comes around, karma's a bitch. Texter says you guys act like Chapman was a must-sign career 240 hitter, averages 22 home runs a year. I'm willing to bet the platoon can do that easily.
Well, I'll take that bet. I will take that bet. More production.
let's take a
Let's
pick.
see, can we make that bet in Vegas? You have the cash to take a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
What would you bet?
Set up an alternative.
More production, Matt Chapman or the platoon for the Tigers?
Okay, Jeff.
I would too.
Couple more. I'm 58, never been to a strip club. Brad in ATL. Another one says, Costa, you're not missing anything. $5 in frustration doing nothing for me, Steve, in Livonia.
Well, I'm not saying you're missing anything. It's just kind of a rite of passage.
War ticket textures. That's somebody's daughter. I would never go to a strip club. Well, don't do that. Don't do that. Somebody's daughter. Well,
I'll never go again. I never thought about that.
does anybody believe Rieger? I'll take those odds.
Well,
All right,
who thinks about that? Nobody thinks about what a stripper does like outside of the strip club.
And you have a daughter, so now it's even weirder
Yes.
for you. I'm sorry to read that text. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you're making it weird for me.
Yeah.
I feel I'm the normal one coming into this. What's more weird? You never have gone. I don't want to go again.
Pick a text on the Tigers on strip clubs, and next, Josh Reynolds out of the Lions replace him. It's 97.1.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Sports headlines from the Planet Fitness Studio. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Hamilton Chevrolet. It was a good one until it wasn't. The Pistons led in Minnesota 64-62 with 5 minutes left in the third, but then it was all Wolves from there. They went on to hand Detroit an 8th straight loss, 106-91. Kate Cunningham with a big night, 32 points, but Minnie got their 50th win of the season and handed Detroit their 61st loss. Derek Malone going to keep their lines intact from Tuesday night's loss to the Capitals, only with James Reimer in net instead of Lyon. They go into tonight's game versus Carolina, desperately needing points in the playoff race. Michael Rasmussen said they're keeping it all in perspective.
That's the only thing you can do, can't look too far ahead. We're right there, and this is the spot that we want to be in, so we really got to